Welcome to lesson 1.2b, part 2. We're going to talk about big areas, still using SI units. So, in the System International, or the International System of Units, large areas are typically measured in what we call hectares. Hectares. Right, a hectare, or the abbreviation is HA or HA, is a large square with side lengths of 100 meters. And we typically use this unit for measurement of land. So, picture, if you would, a big square that is 100 meters on each side. So 100 meters here and 100 meters here. So that's approximately, if you'd walked and took 100 steps this way, and then you walked and took 100 steps this way, and you imagine that square, that's how big a hectare is. Now to put it in perspective, that's kind of like, it's a bit bigger than our soccer field, okay? So the question is, how many square meters are in 1 hectare? So we said, well, we know how big the sides are, but I don't know how many square meters. So I know that 1 hectare is 100 meters by 100 meters. And we said before that we know that, well, the area, it's a square, so if a square is just that side length squared, or that side length times itself. Alright, so my area is 100 squared, or if you wanted, you could say 100 times 100. So now 100 times 100 is 3. It's 10,000 meters squared. So now we know for sure, whoops, that 1 hectare is the same thing as 10,000 meters squared. Alrighty, let's use this in an example. Oh, a different example. Alright, so a forest fire in northern Saskatchewan covered an area of 2,000 hectares. I want to know how many square kilometers this is. Alright, not kilometers, square kilometers. So, I'm going to do this the same way we've been doing everything, the skeleton equations. Alright, so I'm looking at my formula sheet, I'm looking for something that uses hectares and square kilometers. So if I look on there, I'm going to see that 1 square kilometer is the same thing as 100 hectares. So that means that a kilometer squared is bigger. Okay, this is the bigger unit. Alright, so now that I got from my formula sheet, I'm going to set up my skeleton equation and fill it in. So first number was from the question. That's 2,000. Second number was from our formula sheet. That's 100. Alright, and since we said the kilometer squared is bigger, and we're switching to a bigger unit, okay, because we want this to be in kilometers squared. This is in hectares. We're switching to a bigger unit, so the number is going to get smaller. So we divide. So 2,000 divided by 100, that's 20 kilometers squared. So that would be like 20 of our, no, that would be about 2,000 of our soccer fields. Alright, but in kilometers squared, that would be 20. Alright, let's do another example. CFL football field with end zones and sidelines is about 137 meters long and 59.5 meters wide. And I want to know its approximate area in hectares. And we're going to round to one decimal. Alright, so first things first, let's draw ourselves a little football field. Alright. Sure, looks like a football field. Alright, so it's 137 meters long and 59.5 meters wide. Alright, so first, I want to figure out its area in square meters, because I don't know anything about area right now. So, area of a rectangle. I don't know why it's being weird. Okay. Area of a rectangle is length times width. So my length was 137 times 59.5. So my area in square meters is 8,151 and a half. And I used my calculator for that because I'm not very good at big multiplication. So 8,151.5 meters squared. Now I want to change this into hectares. I didn't want meters squared, I wanted hectares. So now I'm going to convert. Anytime we're converting, we can use those skeleton equations. All right, now from the previous slides, I need something that uses meters squared and hectares. So if I go back, hey, 1 hectare is 10,000 meters squared. I'm just going to write that down over here. 10,000 meters squared. All right, and that one should be on your formula sheet as well. So the first number is from our question. That's going to be that one. 8,151.5. That's in meters squared. And second number is from our formula, so that's 10,000. And since we're switching to hectares, that's the bigger unit, our number should get smaller. So when we divide by 10,000, it's the same thing as moving the decimal spot 4 times. So that's going to be 0.81515 hectares. So we wanted it rounded to 1 decimal spot. So we're just going to say our area is 0.8 hectares. So almost 1 hectare. All right. So now I want you to try these practice questions, check your answers, and ask any questions if you have them. Thanks.